Hello, 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 world. This is Louise Hicks, your host of Aim to Purpose Spiritual Empowerment Hour. And I am this mad Black woman, and that is for motivated and determined to support and help elevate our Black community to a higher level of consciousness. And I'm just coming in here briefly to talk about what was in the minds of these young people this Saturday. The wide receiver, Rashee Rice, from the Kansas City Chiefs, out here racing, and allegedly the car was registered to him. And he's a wide receiver with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm just wondering what goes through some of these young people's minds when sometimes you get a little money, you think you got some power, you think you can do anything, and that was foolish. So let me play the news clip so you can get a from the news allegedly what is happening here. Let me share this, and we're going to see what they have to say about it because this is insane what is going on. Really ridiculous. So let's share it here and see what's going on with Rashee Rice. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, but this is insane.
Dash camera footage shows the moment of a dangerous crash over the weekend involving a luxury SUV that was being rented by a Super Bowl winner.
4 people were injured in the crash involving 4 different vehicles. Police believe the driver of the Lamborghini SUV and the driver of a Corvette were speeding and caused the wreck. The occupants of those vehicles walked away. One of them, in the SUV, was being rented out by former SMU player and Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice. Fox 4's Amelia Jones is in Dallas tonight with more on the story. Amelia.
Steve, I want to start with that new information we got about the cars involved in the crash. The attorney representing the Classic Lifestyle says they rented out that Lamborghini SUV to former SMU star and Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice. The rental policy says that Rice was the only one authorized to drive the car, but Dallas police still haven't identified all of those who were involved or who they believe is behind the wheel. Watch this dash camera video recorded on North Central Expressway. In a matter of seconds, the highway goes from smooth travel to a 6-car pileup. Dallas police say Saturday around 6:30 p.m., a Lamborghini SUV and a Corvette were speeding. The drivers lost control and caused a chain reaction crash with 4 other vehicles. When the dust settled, everyone inside the 2 high-performance supercars that caused the crash walked away without offering help to anyone else. Fox 4 obtained these photos of the crash from TMZ Sports. It wasn't the people that caught Kyle Coker's eye, but the SUV.
I saw the vehicle, and that was a vehicle that I've actually driven and ridden in here, and so I assumed that it was my client's and gave him a call.
Coker represents the Classic Lifestyle, a car rental company in North Dallas that specializes in luxury and exotic cars. He says the Lamborghini Urus SUV that was involved in the crash is one of theirs, and former SMU football standout and member of Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs Rashee Rice was the one who rented it.
So you're confirming the customer who had rented the Lamborghini SUV is Rashee Rice?
It was, and he was the only one supposed to be driving the vehicle.
Dallas police are investigating. They haven't identified the occupants of the vehicle or said who they believe was driving.
Okay, let's stop it because this is insane. Now, they're saying that Rashee Rice, who is a wide receiver, I believe he's the wide receiver, but he's with the Super Bowl winners, the Kansas City Chiefs. And from what they're saying, it appears they were racing or something. They said they were speeding, and the Lamborghini and the Corvette, apparently, from what they're saying, created the accident. And someone could have been killed, but from what I understand, at least no one was killed in the accident. But from what you can see there, this accident could have actually killed somebody. Did you see how critical those vehicles crashed into one another like that. I mean, this is insane. How could these young people not use any kind of common sense? You're out here driving like maniacs. What is wrong with you? You could have killed somebody. Fortunately, no one was killed, but we don't know how bad they were injured. And according to what I've seen too, this young lady, I believe she said she was in the van with her 4-year-old. And people, what is wrong? Were you on something? Because who does this? This is like a drunk driver or something. You're out here racing like you've lost it, like you have no kind of sense of awareness of what you're doing out here. And what you young people got to realize, and old people too, if you're out here driving foolish like this, you can end up killing somebody. So get a grip, do something. If you think you need some help, go get some help. And if you think you got some power, I hope you realize now that you don't have any, because allegedly you were the only one that was supposed to be driving that vehicle, Rashee Rice. And whether you were driving it or not, I don't know, but that's totally irresponsible for you to get out of the car, whoever you are. I don't know who all these young men are, but to get out of that car and just walk away. And you can see that crash. It was really horrendous. It was just by the grace of God and a miracle that nobody was killed in that crash. So, what are you doing? You need to get a grip on yourselves and stop this foolishness. And again, I'm Louise Hicks, and I just briefly had to come in and give my perspective because these young men have lost it. It was as if they were on something. I don't know whether they are, and I'm not saying they are, but from the looks of while they were out here racing like a bunch of fools, something is wrong. You know, where's your common sense? Look what you could have created. It could have been worse. So get a grip. And I hope and pray this doesn't happen again because this is ridiculous. You just won a Super Bowl, and instead of you uh, doing something constructive for the community and building something positive, you're out here acting like a bunch of fools. So wake up. And like I said, I'm Louise Hicks, the host of Aim to Purpose Spiritual Empowerment Hour. Subscribe, leave your comments, thumbs up, and we got to do better than this. You just won a Super Bowl. You're only 22, 23 years of age. Why don't you do something constructive with your life? Why are you out here acting like a fool? Do something to help build the community up, not tear it down. And that's what you just did. So I'm just, when I saw this, it was very disturbing to me. And as I said, I'm this mad Black woman on a mission here to help to elevate our community because we are going backward in so many aspects of our lives. And I'm 73. I've seen a lot, been there, done that. Foolish behavior like this is uncalled for and unnecessary. So I hope you all learn a lesson. It's a blessing that nobody was killed. And we don't know what the end result was. I don't know whether you were behind that wheel, Rashee Rice. However, according to what that gentleman said, you were the only one that was supposed to be driving that Lamborghini. And if you had somebody else behind the wheel, I hope and pray that you learn a lesson from this because that is not in your best interest, regardless whether you were behind the wheel or you let somebody else drive that car. That was foolish. So all I can say is I'm happy that nobody was killed in this. And I hope and pray that this is a wake-up call for a lot of young people to recognize and realize just because you get a little money, it does not mean that you're sitting on top of the world and you can do whatever you want to do, because life does not work like that. You should be building something, like I said, something positive, unifying. instead of out here acting a fool. So with that said, I am Louise Hicks again, Aim to Purpose Spiritual Empowerment Hour, where I'm the mad Black woman motivated and determined to help bring our people to a higher level of consciousness. And I always tell you, your power lies within you. Let it loose, but let it loose in a positive way, not any foolishness like this, because this was very, very reckless on you young men part. So I pray that this will have not a bad outcome because it could have been worse. So subscribe, leave your comments, thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe. Thumbs up, because I come to you with positivity, nothing negative. It is about elevation. And I know there's a lot of food talk, as my grandmother called it, going on because it's some people out here just to get money off of you. And a lot of you follow them and they're not doing anything to elevate you in any kind of way, spiritually, economically, emotionally, mentally, physically, intellectually. They're not doing anything to help you to elevate. They're pushing you further back. And if you keep on listening to all this food talk, 20, 25 years from now, for a lot of you young'uns that are millennials, some of you Gen Xers are out here listening and doing food talk as well. And some of you Gen Zs, and you need to be setting an example for the alpha that's coming after you. And some of the baby boomers, we know you lost it, got hung up on drugs, because I saw a lot of it. I'm a baby boomer. I'm 73. However, I did not get hung up on it. Because it was by design, thrown in your community, and a lot of you took the bait. I didn't. Thank God I didn't, because I'm working on legacy and generational wealth for my kids and helping to connect our community and helping to bring us to a higher level of consciousness for those who are intelligent enough to not to want to perish for a lack of knowledge. So I wish the best, and I hope those people that were in that accident, I hope they're okay. Thank God they are alive, based on this foolishness from these young men who get out of the car and not even accountable or responsible enough to stick around to see if anybody was hurt. Just walk away. So take care, everybody, and I'll talk with you soon. Remember, your power lies within you. Let it loose, however, only in a positive way. Don't be foolish like what you just saw in this accident from the wide receiver. I believe that's his role with the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl winners. And look what you're doing to your team. Sad, 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 sad. And hopefully you do better. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, whichever time zone, world zone you're in. Much love. Louise Hicks. Subscribe, thumbs up, leave your comments. Just my perspective from a baby boomer, the mad Black woman, motivated and determined. Bye.